All right, so I'm just wondering, when am I even going to succeed in life? Like successfully get my own place, my own good job, and be able to just live comfortably like any normal adult should, or just be a normal adult or whatever. I just wonder, for real. You know, one thing, I just seen a video online talking about, apparently this dude even been on Dr. Phil's show. He literally said, I don't hire Gen Z. Fort Myers, Florida, might be something. Anyway, so this dude on this show, he said he literally does not hire Gen Z. Age discrimination. And honestly, I feel like that applies to all these other jobs or whatever. I know it do. Because one of the first things I've noticed when I was 18 years old, well, in this case 19, well, yeah, 18 years old. 18 years old is that people didn't want to hire. Been on job interviews, and nobody want to hire me. So then when I went to a youth job center, and that was during the redemption era, but it was still annoying. I was over here applying for all these jobs at 18, 19 years old. Nobody's giving me no calls back. And then on top of that, it's a struggle to even get access to a phone, because I didn't have a phone that was activated. I had like pretty much a government phone, but basically a cheap phone that had no service. So I had to wait until I had access to an internet to do text now calls. So there was that. Every single day I had no money, living in my biological family's house. No money. I walk about 40 something minutes every single day to go to the library to use their Wi-Fi. Just to apply for jobs, send in these applications, and send in these applications, and just in case I receive a phone call. So yeah, who knows? I probably was receiving phone calls, but I was receiving phone calls at times when I didn't have access to the internet. So yeah, that was 2018. Now, the only reason why I'm in the financial position and my phone having service and everything is because I got lucky enough, because a childhood parent of mine decided to add me to their line. Took the risk, because in 2018, in 2017, well, technically late 2016, but in 2017, that's when my childhood family, when we just now started having problems, financially speaking. Like to the max. We already was having financial problems before that, but we were still able to, work something out. But around 2017, a lot of shit happened, okay? Where we were forced to live in a hotel, a Motel 6. So yeah, thankfully, around 2019, one of my childhood parents opened up their arms and let me stay with them, because I couldn't stay with my I couldn't stay with my biological family at the time, 2018. So I ended up staying with them, risking the whole we were still living in the inn, a motel, whatever it's called, a suite, whatever it's called. And then next thing you know, the manager the motel manager, he found out, are you living there? And then I think I said yes, and obviously he went to my childhood dad. I could see what happened, and he decided to raise the rent, which was understandable. And then, you know, I wasn't just sitting there doing nothing. I went looking for work. And I actually ended up finding work, and that was Amazon. I'm looking at this biker, that's why. Yeah. I still wonder who sold my bikes back in Georgia. Man. Well, that's alright. They reap what you sow. That's the Bible says karma is real. So yeah, biblically speaking, karma is real. Anyway, so yeah, going past all that story, here I am now. I stayed in Georgia for the last 4 years. I that's right. Somehow I managed to find a new job, and that was a store job. Worked there technically all that time. Even though I did quit for like 11 months. Quit that job for like 11 months, but I ended up returning. So I spent 3 years there, 4 years technically. Yeah, 3 years there, you know, just doing whatever. Working, becoming manager, supervisor, and all that stuff. Get some seniority, get some experience, get certified and everything, pit certified, all that stuff, you know, hand pit to be exact. So yeah, hey, there's that, blah blah blah. And I end up saving up that entire time. Managed to save up, you know, to a little bit more over my requirement before I moved out. I thought I was gonna make a life for myself down there in Georgia, since, you know, because at the time, man, my glasses fall off. I need some new glasses, y'all. Yeah, so yeah, what you call it? I didn't really, you know, I wasn't really requiring Six Flags like that back in the day, because Six Flags was still kind of new to me. But yeah, you know, since Atlanta had trains, I was like, okay, I can just work with this around. I had the downtown. Okay, new city, it is what it is. Atlanta was the newest city I've ever been in. So yeah, there's that. And I was 20 years old when I first got there. So yeah, that aside, you know, like I said, the 4 years of me there, I've been saving up. No, I didn't. It was until the last year of me being in Georgia I started to save up. That's because I wasn't thinking back in the day. I was too dependent, way too dependent on my childhood parents, thinking their relationship was gonna still work, but it did not. So yeah, there's that. Eventually I managed to save up some money. Here I am. I got, you know, my modern family, they had their problems clashing. My modern parents clashing with my childhood parents. They did whatever they was doing. I got sick of that, so I just moved straight out. I had to quit my job, my store job. And here I am back in Chicago as a temporary solution. I'm back in Chicago doing whatever. And yeah, so now I'm back in Chicago. I'm supposed to have a job by now. But as you see, almost a month later, I don't have a job yet. I'm still looking for work. And so far, no calls, no responses. I'm being ghosted by these companies. It just makes no sense. Now, going back to the future part, this video probably won't be too long. Now, I'm going, you know, into the future. I'm just looking at this. If I can't find a job, I'm going to be back where if I can't find a job, I'm going to end up using up my savings. I'm going to be settling in my biological parents' house. Specifically one, since my biological parents ain't together. Settling, and next thing you know, if that landlord comes around, find out another person there, and he ain't paying rent as well, oh, let's put him on the lease, and I'm not dealing with that. No, I'm not having that. I'm just gonna have to go. I know I'm gonna end up being homeless, but that's just what's gonna happen, unfortunately, if I can't find a job sooner than later. It's not that I don't want to pay rent. The thing is, I can't pay rent because I don't have the money. But as of right now, I can pay my portion every month through my savings. But unfortunately, I'm using my savings as my spending, honestly. I'm going out every single day, getting these food places or whatever, going to downtown. Yeah, it's just not a lot. I don't know how much money I'm spending every single day, but I'm going to have to really, figure that out to try and, reduce my spending. And all this is coming out of my savings account. I'm already 40%. Yeah, I think 40% in my savings. Yep, 40%, and that sucks. And then on top of that, I need to save a few dollars for a few things and everything. So yeah, like I said, I had to work on deciding which bills I can't pay, and that was my medical bills right now. I can't pay that stuff right now. So anyways, that aside, in conclusion, I really don't know what in the world, if I'm going to be successful in life, like financially speaking. I really don't know, because these jobs, they don't want to hire people. They keep ghosting Gen Zs, my generation, me, and stuff like that. They keep ghosting young people because they assume that we don't want to work, so they're not hiring us, which is age discrimination. But putting that aside, even if we do get hired, we're being paid minimum wage now, and then they're not giving us any hours, and they want us to do the work of 4 people, and then they want us to come in whenever they want to, which I've already have a lot of experience in that. I was literally my former job, my grocery store job. They always made the schedules according to their needs. When companies say flexibility, they mean specifically flexible to them, not to us. So yeah, nothing against my management team, former management team. They was cool. They always, for the most part, took care of me whenever they could. So yeah, what else? I don't know if I'm gonna have my own place, because these places are super expensive, at least $2,000, and I live in the hood, and the hood is talking about some $2,000. All of us were supposed to be out that house, but unfortunately, somehow they managed to make something, talk with the landlord to get them to not, get us out of the house. We was gonna be homeless. Not me, but you know what I mean. And they're kicking us out in the cold because they were renovating the house. Nah, I'm sorry, that was a mess. Anyways, I really don't know if I'm gonna get my own place. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get a car, because this junk is too expensive. I can learn how to drive, but renting a car is something I don't want to do. I don't want to pay no weekly for no car. It's just a lot of money. And they really sitting here saying young people don't want to work and everything. Our young people are so lazy. That's not the case. We just don't got all the money and everything. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I am. I believe I can, but I just don't know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.